Yo, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Cheer the God, man. God Lee just read that new week hero. Sorry for the delay on the chapter 63, 64. I don't know what. You'll see it in the title. Sorry for the delay for this chapter's review. It's going to be pretty short. Not too much happened. I was going to put it together with the next chapter, I think 64. But I decided to do it separately anyway. This time we meet basically Wolf Kim's or Kyum Wolf Kyum Wolf. Anyway, he's second in command, and he seems to handle a lot of Wolf's responsibilities in terms of dealing with like the financial situation, buddying up to the teachers. He's a class rep, and he's tutored to be a class president, and he's working hard to really keep that image, get buddy buddy with the teachers, come up with strategies, help them think that they're working with this factory, that's like gonna get uniforms and all that shit. But really, Donald is gaining, Donald now is gaining money from it, and obviously then they get paid commission, and it's what trickle down economics almost. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's what mainly this chapter focuses on. It also kind of gives us an insight on Wolf, and it turns out that Wolf is has this. Well, we kind of knew that he has this 3 seconds rule already. If you look at him for 3 seconds, he beats the shit out of you. Doesn't matter who you are. But yet, the only person he seems to bow his head down to is Donald, and he doesn't even try to fight or try to resist or anything of the sort. He just obeys and follows, and he's like afraid of him almost. You know what I'm saying? So obviously maybe Donald beat the shit out of him after looked at him for 3 seconds, or when Donald looked at him for 3 seconds, he knew like, nah, this nigga's not the one, bro. This guy is not the one to fuck with, boy. This guy is on a whole different tier list. You know what I'm saying? So it's very very interesting. Yeah, but this guy is basically just going around sucking up to he sucks up to Wolf because of power, but I think he wants it looks like he wants to switch allegiances and suck up to Donald directly instead of, oh, why am I sucking up to somebody that's working for somebody else? You know what I'm saying? I should suck up to the guy on top. Why am I sucking up to the guy the second, third, fourth position? What am I doing? That's a waste of my goddamn time. So he's trying to buddy up to Donald and try to get that position for himself. So to me, he seems like another Philip. Philip is the guy who always got the face mask with the X on it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what's it? Off white face mask. You know what I'm saying? And he always got that. He's the rich kid. The one that was trying to get Gray and Ben beat up and shit. He goes to the same school as them, but this guy seems to be Wolf School's version of that. You know what I'm saying? So Wolf's crew version of Philip, who just suck. He's like a leech. He suckles on you secretly and gains power and uses that, even though it's false bravado. Like he's not really powerful, but because he's always around powerful people, everybody's afraid of him. You know what I'm saying? Alex Gogo doesn't have that luxury, unfortunately, because everybody be testing Alex Gogo, even though he got Ben fucking packed. So it's crazy out here in the streets. But yeah, I'm excited to know a little bit more about the how the system with Donald works, because I know they kind of explained it, but I don't really get it that well. Like, how are they convincing teachers? Is it kind of like Daco, where it's like everything is involved from the jump? Like, maybe I'm thinking too deep into it. I'm trying not to, just because I really enjoy it, and I just don't want to like ruin it for myself by over analyzing it and trying to like make it make too much sense. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy the characters, I enjoy the fights. It is what it is. It's not like fucking, I don't know. It's just it's an interesting fucking story, and I really enjoy it. So but yeah, that's really all I had to talk about in this chapter. I know it's super short, but it's a super short chapter. But that's essentially what happens. But I'm definitely also interested in Donald and how fucking strong he must be, because remember, he stopped Miles and Ben Park fighting, and also Ben Park seemed to stop fighting when Donald showed up. Why did Ben stop? You know what I'm saying? Because it feels like Ben, because Ben said he didn't really want to beat Miles that time, it seemed like, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, when Miles attacked Alex Gogo, there was no fucking turning back. It's only ass whoopery, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you mess with Alex Gogo, it's RIP, like, you know what I'm saying? That's his buddy, you know what I'm saying? He gonna pull up with the guns and just, pow, my dude is strong as shit, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm very intrigued by what may come later on. Thank you. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, all that shit. But okay, so let me see if I can tell you guys a funny or interesting type of story. Actually, it's not funny at all. It's actually a crazy story. But like I said, if videos are short, I'm gonna try to do like a story time and just sneak it in there in random videos. So that way we still get a long enough video and you guys can be entertained for a little bit longer. I think I'm dropping 4 videos today. I've already dropped one, Jiho and Ali Wong, the difference. That's from Lucasm if you read that. I did my Unordinary, that's gonna drop at 7:45 p.m. GMT. And then I have the second Week Hero review dropping at around 10 p.m. GMT. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out here. 4 videos today for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful shit. Um, but yeah, I went to, I'm a musician. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, sometimes I drop random music, even though the music I drop on this channel is usually like half-ass demos. Not half-ass, but like it's demos. You know what I'm saying? You can check out my Spotify if you want to bump the proper shit. You know what I'm saying? The proper, pretty processed shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of it's getting pretty good plays. I got my first 100K plays a few weeks ago for my song I dropped almost 2 years ago. So, yay, 100K plays on Spotify. Shout out to that. Got almost 3K on the song I dropped like a week ago. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? We slowly trying to make a move. But there was a festival I went to a few years ago. I think it was actually around the time I dropped the song that's at 100K, just as it's called. And basically what happened was I went. It's my first time going to this festival. It's the biggest festival in Ireland. Around 50,000 people at the time. I think now it's like way bigger. But around 50,000 people go there, and 50, 40, I think back then. And then I was by myself because it was my first time performing there. I pulled up and I knew a good few of the musicians because we both had the same like quote unquote label. It was more like a collective type shit. We had like same management. I didn't officially sign with the management like everybody else did, but they still gave me shows and did me favors and all the type of shit. So basically that's what happened. So I basically, I went to this thing and I was hanging out, with one of the artists, and he dared me to have a few sips, you know what I'm saying? So we both like drank like crazy. Then there was this girl looking for me. He was saying like, oh, like this is the next day I discovered all this, but uh no, that was the first. Yeah, no, that same night. Anyway, there I was supposed to meet up with my friend of mine, this girl, and she was cool and stuff like that, and we're supposed to just meet up and hang out because we're both at the festival, blah blah blah. Then I was with the artist. I'm not gonna name them, but I was with the artist, and we were hanging out and shit after getting fucked up, and then there was this girl that came up to me. She was pretty fucking hot, you know what I'm saying? And she just started kissing the boy and shit. And she had like, I don't know if it was acid, I don't know what it was, but she had something in her mouth, and she passed it to me and like kissed it into me like type shit. Um, and I was too fucked to like really notice it, but I just from remembering what happened that day, the next day I was like, holy shit, I got spiked. But basically that whole night, bro, I have no idea where I was, where I went. I just remember it was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and I was just walking, and the place was like half empty, and there was still like some music, and like somehow, some way, magically, I made it to my tent. It was the first time, the only time, and the last time, fingers crossed, that I ever got spiked. You know what I'm saying? Um, Shit was crazy, but I just remember I was just stumbling all over the place. I've never felt so shitty. Like it was just weird, man. Like literally, I was like, "What the fuck did this girl do to me, bro?" Like you know what I'm saying? I woke up the next day and I was performing the next day, bro. Oh man, it was hard, bro. My tank got soaked and shit. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got into my tank. I don't know if I fucked it when I walked in. Like those people playing music at like 6 a.m. that fucking morning. Imagine I got to my tent at like 1:02. I don't know how long it took me to sleep. I was in there at the tent. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm only guessing 1 or 2. It could have been 3, 4. I don't know what time I got there. But at 6 a.m., these fucking pricks, because I was in the performers tents, you know, the performers campsite, and they were fucking playing guitar at 6 a.m., bro. So they woke me up. I found my tent was wet, all type of fucking. I was like, oh my god. My laptop was like not turning on. I left my tent, packed it up because it was just fucked. Went over to like this performance, but I was just looking for a place where I can just like I don't know, conk out or just fucking. I was so broke up, and I knew I'm performing in a few hours, like later in the night, and I don't want like I have no energy. I haven't slept properly. I'm all beat up. This guy, he worked at the festival, and he gave me his tent, bro, and a sleeping bag. He was like, yeah, man, you can sleep in my tent for a bit, bro. You look super tired and shit, bro. I was like, bro, I appreciate you so much, bro. And he had like the pump up air mattress, so that shit was way comfier than my shit. So I hopped in that bitch, bro. I could not sleep. I lay there for like 3 hours, 4 hours straight. No, not a wink of sleep, bro. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? What did this motherfucker give me last night? Got out of there, bro. I think I had like no fuck, barely any sleep, bro. Yeah, actually, yeah, I definitely got to my tent super late because after I got to my tent, I slept for about 2 hours maximum, I'd say. Woke up, did that, and it was crazy, man. It was so shitty. But bro, like, be careful who you kiss in the festival, bro. Be careful. Make sure you can see the tongue. There's nothing on it. There's no, cause she had like a piece of paper. But I ain't do drugs. I ain't know drugs like that. I ain't know that that's how that shit work. You know what I'm saying? I was still a youngin. You know what I'm saying? Like, so shit was crazy, bro. But it is what it is. Actually, it was way more than 2 years ago. That was like 4 years ago, bro. Golly. So it's not when that song dropped. It was definitely like 4 years ago. Damn, time flies too fast. It was even probably before that, bro. How old was I? I was like 19, bro. Yeah, golly. I was still in college, bro, when that shit happened. God damn. But yeah, anyways, it's been your boy Supreme Uchiha, the God. Hope you enjoyed the story time. You know what I'm saying? If you check out, I think the Lucasum videos where I did it. Uh, the unordinary video, I think. The unordinary video that's at half set at 7:45. I tell a story of how a guard helped me rob my own bike. You know what I'm saying? He helped me break break the lock on a bike with like it's a pretty funny story. Check that shit out. Even if you don't know Lucasm, and he might even get you into Lucasm. Sorry, unordinary. It's been your boy Spiritual God. Make sure to like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that gang shit. We out sharing on flexing.